Colin Firth's portrayal of George VI in The King's Speech, released here in January, is strongly tipped to carry off the Best Actor Oscar. The British-made film deals with the King's transformation from shy Prince Bertie with a serious stammer to a head of state who could address the nation at a time of war. Our culture editor Matthew Kane has been speaking to the film's star and two stammerers, pop idol singer Gareth Gates and the MP Ed Balls, about the techniques they used to banish their impediment.
The King's Speech is the most anticipated film of the winter. The favourite to sweep the board at the Oscars, it's already picked up 7 Golden Globe nominations, including Best Film Drama and Best Actor for Colin Firth, who plays Bertie, better known as George VI.
I have received from His Majesty
George VI may be the central character in this film, but it doesn't tell the familiar story of him becoming king following the abdication crisis. Instead, it focuses on his struggle to conquer his stammer, particularly during public speeches. And Colin Firth's performance very much concentrates on the effect this had on his personality and the psychological trauma of a stammer.
I think it had a terrible effect on it. He was always described, I mean, frequently described as excessively shy, very retiring, very nervous, resistant to appearing in public at all. It has to be connected, you know, and the nightmare of stepping up to the job of king, especially in that one interval in history when the live microphone is so important.
the King.
Helping Colin Firth recreate the King's Speech and his stammer was dialect coach Neil Swain.
Our starting point was really to listen and to watch Bertie, and we were very fortunate to have quite a lot of archive material, and not just to listen to him, but also to see how that affected him physically as well. And then, of course, we started to try and really isolate what were the sounds, were there particular sounds that he had problems with.
Manufacturing, a district.
Another deep breath.
The King's Speech charts George VI's long relationship with Lionel Logue, a maverick Australian speech therapist played by Geoffrey Rush.
Got a short memory, Bertie, come on.
Logue's therapy can be seen as a very early, rough prototype for some of the more developed techniques that are around today. It is estimated that there are around 500,000 adult stammerers in Britain. Many of them are following the McGuire programme. This course is being taught by recovering stammerer Gareth Gates.
Our diaphragm, which is a muscle that's been trained to contract and spasm under fear. We're trying to gain control of that muscle. So we breathe when we're ready to breathe, and we speak when we're ready to speak. We're now in control of this muscle.
Well, a stammer is made up of two sort of fundamental elements. The physical side of not being able to get the words out, and the psychological side of the build-up of negative experiences, negative associations. Within that come embarrassment, anger, frustration that you can't get the words out, sometimes self-hate, shame, guilt. You know, all these emotions play a part of having a stammer.
Okay, give these guys a round of applause.
This course will build up to the ultimate challenge for stammerers, public speaking.
When I was completely out of control with my stammer, the thought of even speaking to a person one-to-one is hard enough, but giving a public speech would have been horrendous.
My name is... Oh, come on, man.
No, just take your time.
Gareth Gates.
That's fine, Paul. When you're ready.
The challenge of public speaking is something that's familiar to someone else who's fought to control a stammer, MP Ed Balls.
People talk about it like being an iceberg, there's a little bit above the surface, which is the twitch of the eye, the inability to start. And under the surface of the ocean, it's massive and it is huge and it is pressure and stress and, you know, a fear you're going to let people down. If you take in the film, anybody who knows what it feels like, I think they think that what Colin Firth did was absolutely remarkable. To anybody with a stammer, that was just, you know, deeply, wrenchingly authentic.
If this authenticity manages to connect with a wide audience when the film is released in January, then there are hopes that it could help change attitudes to stammering.
Because I have a right to be, and I have a voice!
It's not a question of sympathy, it's actually given me an immense sense of admiration for people who are battling with it. You know, just getting through a day, things that we find so easily require active heroism for them, and I don't want to speak in grandiose terms about it, but I do hope if this makes some contribution to changing any attitudes like that, then I would welcome it, absolutely.
Colin Firth talking to our culture editor Matthew Kane, and you can see his review of the King's speech on our website channel4.com/news.